Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Paris cheats with Carter, sends Heartbroken Thomas running back to hope? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Paris Buckingham claims she's married to Thomas Forrester, but she has to know she's runner-up in his heart. Thomas, no way would VE turn to Paris if Hope Logan had accepted his marriage offer, so that has to soak for Paris deep down. It could also affect Paris' conduct moving forward if dubieties start creeping in about Thomas' fidelity. We should mention that Paris will have a sweet scene or two with Carter Walton at the forthcoming 4th of July party. Carter will presumably compliment Paris on her engagement to Thomas and hope that she has the happy life she deserves. Still, the exchange could fluently get both Paris and Carter allowing about what might VE been. Paris was all set to marry Carter until he ditched her at the balcony for Quinn Fuller, but that decision obviously didn't work out veritably well on Carter's end. Quinn eventually devastated Carter when she suddenly walked down from their relationship and left Los Angeles. Carter ultimately started up a love with Katie Logan, but now effects have sizzled between them, too. That leaves Carter back in the familiar position of pining a loving, stable relationship. Carter could VE had a bright future with Paris, so he might lament letting her go. What if Paris also starts allowing about all the what-ifs and grows near to Carter again? Could Paris surrender to temptation with Carter and eventually cheat on Thomas? Still, that would give agonized Thomas a great reason to go running back to hope. Thomas might realize commitment isn't each it's cracked up to be if someone isn't willing to recognize their word, if so. Maybe Thomas could come rather disabused with the idea of marriage at that point. Still, that might be enough for Thomas to shift his perspective if Paris throws down the pledge she's made. Could Hope and Thomas ultimately get another chance to be together? Will Paris betray Thomas with Carter and shoot Thomas back in Hope's direction? Our B&B prognostications point to effects getting messy one way or another, so we'll pass along any story updates, especially if any cheating news is on the horizon. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Thomas and Paris' love story could be doomed in the end, so stay tuned. Hope's jealousy erupts as Paris flaunts Thomas' love. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B spoilers for Thursday, July 4th, reveal that there'll be an Independence Day festivity at the Forrester Manse. Eric Forrester will host this 4th of July bash, which will bring plenitude of guests on this gleeful occasion. Of course, Thomas Forrester and Paris Buckingham will be in attendance, so look for them to advertise their engagement on a grander scale. Carter Walton will squeeze in a moment alone with Paris at some point, so they may reflect on their own brief love that nearly ended in marriage. B&B suckers will recall that Carter ditched Paris at the balcony and chose to be with Quinn Fuller rather. Paris might assure Carter that she doesn't hold anything against him, especially now that she thinks she's getting a fairy tale ending with Thomas. Carter's connections with Quinn and Katie Logan didn't work out, but Paris may express stopgap that Carter will find his perfect match someday. Will Carter end up feeling like Paris is the one who got down or will be truly happy she set up love with Thomas? Anyhow, Hope Logan clearly won't be pleased when she's forced to watch all Thomas and Paris displays of affection at this party. Hope will struggle to get through this 4th of July festivity, especially when it's time for Eric to make a toast to the newlyweds-to-be. It'll be hard for Hope to hide how jealous and uncomfortable she is, but Paris will take great pleasure in marking her home in front of Thomas' ex. Coming on Thursday's B&B occasion, Poppy Nozawa will dwell on Bill Spencer's news about going to Forrester Creations to speak with Katie Logan. The further Poppy thinks about it, the further she'll supposedly feel like she needs to intermediate. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Poppy will arrive and peep in the design office door, just in time to catch Bill and Katie's sincere clinch. Our prognostications point to Poppy and Katie's feud raising into some real trouble as this plot moves along, so stay tuned for updates on all the marvels. Paris warns Hope, Poppy's flashbacks, Katie alerts Bill. The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024, indicate that Paris Buckingham tells Hope Logan to back off. The Bold and the Beautiful recap highlights Poppy Nozawa has flashbacks of herself and Tom Starr. Katie Logan puts Bill Spencer on alert about Poppy Nozawa. The Bold and the Beautiful recap, Paris Buckingham hears enough to terrify her. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that Hope is on the phone with Deacon Sharp agitating Tom. Hope tells Deacon he was a good friend to Tom and he needs to concentrate on that. Thomas Forrester comes by and Hope explains who Tom is and that he failed from an overdose. Thomas didn't like the way Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, spoke to Hope the other day. Hope deserves an apologize, but Thomas Dubaides she'll get one. Trending. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers Paris cheats with Carter, sends Heartbroken Thomas running back to Hope? Hope is more concerned about Thomas than she's Steffi. Hope asks Thomas to promise her he'll suppose long and hard before going through with this marriage. Hope tells Thomas that she still loves him. Thomas loves her too. Hope says it doesn't make sense that he's rushing into this marriage. Hope believes that Thomas is running down from her. Hope accuses Thomas of trying to bury Paris into his life where she used to be. Hope says, "I still love you, Thomas. And deep down I believe that you still love me too." Thomas isn't sure why Hope is bringing up their passions. Hope thinks Thomas is running from his passions. Hope didn't want to marry him and he'd to move on. Hope hasn't forgotten what they were like together. Thomas tells her it's over and leaves. Paris walks by and asks if she has to remind Hope that she's engaged to Thomas. Trending. B&B spoilers Hope gives in to temptation and kisses Finn, Steffi kept in the dark? Hope and Paris argue of Hope making a play for Thomas. Hope still loves Thomas and thinks he does her too. Paris warns Hope to no way make a play or Thomas again. B&B spoilers, Poppy Nozawa remembers her relationship with Tom. Poppy is at the Forrester manse and flashes back to Bill telling her that Tom was dead. Bill tells Poppy how inconceivable effects were before. Poppy says Bill is inconceivable and he changed her and their sons' lives. Bill needs to go to Forrester Creations to speak with Katie. Poppy tells Bill not to be too long. Poppy easily isn't happy about this meeting. Poppy looks at the news report about Tom and cries. Paris fondly remembers who Tom used to play the guitar for her and sing Times Agone. Poppy thinks about Tom calling her his alleviation. Poppy told him she'd also carry a piece of him inside her. Poppy talks to Tom and tells him how sorry she is. The Bold and the Beautiful recap, Katie Logan warns Bill Spencer at Forrester, Katie admires Paris' engagement ring. Katie was shocked to learn that she was engaged to Thomas. Trending. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers Steffi targets Hope's kitties, claims Hope is losing it. Paris knows what it's like to be with someone who can't commit to you. Paris was outspoken with Thomas and had no intention of going that route again. Katie says Hope was everything to Thomas until she wasn't, and Paris was. No bone. Was more shocked about this than Hope. Katie asks Paris if she believes that Thomas no longer has feeling for Hope. Paris believes Thomas but doesn't believe Hope does. Bill arrives to speak to Katie, who wonders what he's doing there. Katie wants to know if Poppy is everything he remembers her to be after keeping a huge secret for so long. Bill says Katie doesn't hash words. Katie doesn't want to overreach. Bill says she means too important to him for that. Katie talks about how great Luna is. Bill explains that he has missed out on so important and Katie was who he wanted. Bill has passions for Poppy and Poppy seems to be in love with him. Katie begins to cry, she doesn't feel like she belongs at the house presently. Katie asks Bill to be careful because she doesn't trust Poppy.